What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you're new to the channel, I am your host, as always, is your boy, Rashid White. All right, let's get into it over here, man. You guys seen this? I mean, the Brooklyn Nets were actually in the furnace, and boy, was it hot. It was a nail biter, and I didn't want them, the Nets, to actually be the first team to really, the Detroit Pistons actually really kind of get a win on. Yeah, so we we definitely didn't want that at all. That would have been embarrassing. Even though they got the past victory on I think it was Saturday, Sunday, or something like that. I forgot what it was. But all right, you guys see the topics over here. The Nets escape Detroit. Cam Johnson actually gets the game ball. His play is actually really seriously improving right there, man. I think he's actually been taking he's been listening to the show because everything I actually want Cam Johnson to do, he's actually doing it. He's making some serious adjustments. We actually see the Phoenix Cam Johnson that I actually watched destroy our Nets. I think it was like a couple of years ago, last year, before the trade actually even went down. I think that's when Kevin Durant was actually out and Cam Johnson was killing us, man. So now he's actually really putting the ball on the floor. He's making plays. I mean, if he can actually do that, that's really going to be huge. He's just not, he's not taking as many contested three-point shots. I mean, Jacques Vaughn was actually really kind of using him as a catch-and-shoot player, so it's actually good to see that he's actually putting the ball on the floor. And then we're going to get into Cam Thomas' improved playmaking, because this is what's actually going to make Cam Thomas a superstar, is him actually making plays and elevating the other teammates like Claxton and Day'Ron Sharpe. I mean, these guys are not going to be able to break a defense down. They're not going to be able to pull up from the midi like that. We'll see that, time will definitely tell with those two centers right there. So Cam Thomas actually has to put these guys in position to really actually thrive. And we actually seen that during the game. Oh, okay. Hold on. Iceman is coming through over here. All right. Your device is actually not connected. So, let me know when you actually get things straight over there. So, and we're going to get into the game grades of all the players. So I guess we can really kind of get into that right now. I kind of like doing these game grades over here. But let's get into the box score first. Hold on, man. Let me see if I got no, that was something else. I thought I had the box scores actually up here, man. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Where's Iceman at? There you go, man. What's good, Iceman? How you doing, bro? Let's see. All right, it's audio's. I don't think his audio's connected. Let's see. All right, you know what? Let me just put this up, and then we'll get the box scores up. And hold on. That was my last live stream I was actually doing. And let's get into the scores. And yeah, I mean, because Cape Cunningham was actually going off, and you knew kind of in this game that the Detroit Pistons were going to come out scratching and actually clawing. Yo, what's good, Iceman? How you doing, man?
Yo, can you hear me, man?
I hear you loud and clear, man. Loud and clear.
Okay. Happy holidays to you and yours, man. Hope you
All right, same to you, man. Same to you.
Yes, sir, man. Just popping in here, man. I was watching the game here, in and out, but I like what I saw from Cam Johnson.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's been listening to the show because everything I wanted him to do, I said it on the show. He's actually doing it. He's putting the ball on the floor. He's actually making plays. He's taking mid-range shots. Like I said, I'm seeing things that I didn't think. I thought he lost his stuff over here, man. I'm like, his contract is actually looking to be a very, very good contract. I mean, better than the Joe Harris signing for sure.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. You know how Cam Johnson is. He's more of a late bloomer. It takes him longer to get his thing going, but thankfully he popped up at the right time. I'm not saying this was a must win, but we definitely needed to win this one, man, because it would have been a real kick to the stomach to win last game and fall back into the 10th seed, man. But it's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
game.
they're like the number eight seed right now. So the bench was
That's
actually
right.
really huge. It was huge. It was huge.
Dennis Smith Jr. making a difference out there too, man.
That's what I said, man. I mean, he can, break a defense down. He can get to the rim. He fights over screens. He guards. I mean, he's like just the defensive tenacity that you get from Dennis Smith Jr. I mean, Dayron Sharp was actually really big too on the glass and rim protecting and just playing with like force. This is something that we really wanted from him. They use that big 265-pound frame, especially if you got smaller centers or forwards that's guarding him, man.
Yeah, man, that's a good box score right there. I'm looking at from him. I was on Twitter actually,
Oh, I don't know
and
what's
I
that.
was reading how they were praising him. And now that I come and see the box score, then it makes sense. 11, 11, and what am I
Yeah, he
looking
had a couple of assists, some
at?
steals. I mean,
Four
he was all over the
blocks.
place. Yeah,
Okay, okay, that's pretty good.
yeah, yeah. And then the plus minuses, I think he had like I think that was he did he have the highest plus minus on the team? Plus 15. He was one of them. And then Dorian Finney-Smith with the plus 16, 11 points. And that's the tough thing with the Brooklyn Nets right now is that they have guys that were starters and Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal that was on the
Hmm.
bench, and it seems like the bench who used to be starters or could be
Right.
starters depending on the team, it's overwhelming other teams' second units, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't see the entire game. Like I told you, I was like in and out with it. But what do you think about Cade Cunningham? How was he looking out there? Do you
He
like his
destroyed
game?
us, man. We weathered the storm. He dropped like 41 points.
Get out of
He was
here!
killing us, man. Yeah, man. He was killing us. He was
Damn,
killing us.
41 and
41 points,
9
man.
and
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
9 rebounds, some 5 assists. He got to the free throw line. Yeah, he was actually he was killing us, man. That's what I was saying. I mean, God, they're gonna come out scratching and clawing, man. I mean, I think they set the record for like 28 wins, and and
Hmm.
a lot of these guys on Detroit, man. I mean, their future in the NBA actually really kind of, in terms of making money, like Isaiah Stewart and all these guys is like, I mean. How you gonna really kind of command a big salary when you're actually part of a losing streak like this? You have no impact on
Right.
winning whatsoever, man.
Yeah,
So
because that kid, Thompson, Assault Thompson, he's pretty good, man.
yeah,
He's good. His brother, I like his brother, the one that's in Houston. He reminds me a lot of Caris LeVert's game. He
yeah,
got a pretty good game, but yeah, man, I feel bad for those guys, man. After the game, you look at their faces like, damn,
yeah.
man, it's a
Monty
tough hill to
Williams. I
come.
mean, yeah, it was horrible, man. It was horrible. And we'll get into
Jesus
the game
Christ.
grades over here. Let me see.
Hmm.
Player grades. See if I can get this thing up on the screen. It's not showing up on the screen, but they gave Spencer Dinwiddie a C minus. Yeah, he's looking more and more like a C player, man. I mean, he
Yeah,
has like one. Let's say out of every 10 games, he has like maybe 2 good games out of every 10. I mean, then
yeah.
when he's looking real bad, and he's due for another contract right here, man. You figured that
Mm,
he would be going all out, playing all out, and he hasn't, man. So yeah, they said Dinwiddie has his struggles with playing defense without fouling. That's another thing. And I mean, he has a lot of weapons around him. I'm just surprised that he's like fouling so much, man. Like I don't
yeah.
know. It's just
It seems like he's becoming a little cognizant of like, let's say if it's not going well for him,
yeah,
shooting, he's gonna distribute that. Because I see what was it? Dorian Finney-Smith, he had what like a plus 16 or
yeah.
something
Plus
like that.
16. Yep, plus 16.
So that just goes to show he's probably getting people involved in shit like that. From what I'm seeing in the box score right now, because I didn't see it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, here we go, right here. All right, we got the player grades. We're gonna go over this over here. So Cam Thomas, he gets a B minus. Thomas did a great job of scoring. And this one, as he was effective from everywhere on the floor, he was able to make some of his patent mid-range shots, which he's actually going to really need to open up a lot of driving lanes on
Yeah,
him for him. So some nice finishes, and he made some passes. He was, he's getting the ball to Dayron Sharp and Nick Claxton. They're gonna need him, man. They're gonna need him if he's gonna take this next step and
for
possibly make
sure.
an All-Star team. Yeah, he's gonna actually have to, make plays.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be a Jamal Crawford where he just comes in and just scores and that's it.
Yeah, yeah, that's one thing he gotta stay away from. So it's a good sign that he's expanding his game a little bit here and there. But I want to see it against the big teams, especially the Bucks, who we have next. It'll be interesting to see what they do with his playmaking.
Yeah. So we go to Cam Johnson, the guy to me who actually gets the game ball, man. So Cam
Mm,
Johnson gets an A, and the last 3 or 4 games he's been really, really, really excelling. And if he keeps playing like this, man, I mean, the Brooklyn Nets can actually really be a dark horse team.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, we know that everybody playing at their fullest potential. At least three of the five starting players. If we get at least three of them playing at their highest potential at the same time, yeah, definitely a dark horse. And this is without Simmons, so it's he was the last one left to prove his game so far. And the
Yeah,
fact that
it
he
seemed
had,
like a good contract signing from Sean Marks. I was kind of questioning the money, but I'm like, well, they gave Joe Harris 4 years, $75 million, and like at least with Cam
hmm
Johnson, he gives you some ball handling. He could finish. Now, when he was with Phoenix, he was actually guarding. He was actually a really, really, really good defender. But I
yeah,
guess he has to actually take on more offensive responsibility here. So then your defense is actually going to suffer somewhat. I mean, that's just how it is over here, man. It's hard to do both, especially in today's NBA, man. I mean, these guys are really, really good. I mean, you get
yeah,
a
yeah,
guy like Kate Cunningham, you got to guard this guy, and then you got to go, and then you got to go back out there and try to score. It's tough, man.
yeah. It's totally and another thing is a totally different defensive scheme, man. I keep saying, man, every time one of these two, him or Mikel, get a chance to have a post game, somehow they mention Monty Williams. He did it today again, so it looks like they missed that playbook or whatever he was coaching them because they keep bringing them up, and it's probably um trying to impress him today, but good thing that he got the dub out of it, man.
Yeah,
We need
it was
that
going to
kind.
be a tough victory. I didn't expect this one. This was going to go down to the wire, damn near. It was going to take, and especially like Mikal Bridges, man. I don't know if he was actually trying to give the game away in the fourth quarter, man. I
Oh,
don't
he
know.
had one of
Like,
those, huh?
yeah, he missed like straight free throws, man, and all
Holy
it took
shit!
was like one of the Detroit players that hit a three, and they would have been up like they would have been down 2 points, and then they foul again, and then they actually miss another free throw. We probably go into overtime, man. We don't want that, man.
Oh man!
Man, I heard the whole league was actually watching this, man. There was a
Oh,
lot of
they
eyes on
definitely
this game.
were. Because as soon as it was done, everybody was on Twitter talking about it. So they were on it.
Yeah, so they get Nick Claxton the beat. Now I want to get your opinion on Nick Claxton because I was on Breezy's channel, I think on Saturday, and they were
Yeah,
giving me a lot of like they were
pushback.
killing me on my takes on Nick Claxton, man. What do you think, man?
I understand your takes on Nick. I also understand the other side. I think his game is more. It expands, man. It just they're not letting this kid, use the rest of it. Um, it's become to
Well,
the
we've
point
seen, like I
where
said, we've seen small sample sizes of it. Now, like I said, he's if you're going to put him at the five, he's undersized at the five. All right, he's
yeah,
undersized at the four. Uh, he for his weight, you would say he will be at the three, but then he doesn't have
hmm
the skill sets of a three. Like some ball
yeah.
handling, some shooting, some passing. So I don't really think you have a position for Nick Claxton. That's my thing. I don't think there's no position for him.
Actually, I know exactly what you're talking about. I was watching the replay of that live, and y'all was having that conversation. And right when I was listening to it, I went to YouTube and I typed in, Nick Claxton shooting. And there's actually a video out there of like a 4 minute video of all his shots, and he has good form and everything, bro. It
But
is
that's
just like I
practice.
don't
So,
why they not
all
letting.
right.
No,
So
no,
if I'm
no.
out there practicing, I can hit a lot of shots. When it starts getting into, the Iceman actually dropped off over there, man. All right, he'll get back in there. Something happened. I don't know if it was on my end. All right, but yeah. So practice and actually playing a real game is actually two different things. So just to continue off on off the conversation that him and I were having. There's like Trenton Hassel back in 2006. I went to a New Jersey Nets game. I got there an hour early. Was watching Trenton Hassel actually warm up, and he made like almost 90 like mid-range shots in a row, damn near by the 3-point line. But then you go into actual games, then he didn't shoot it that well because of the like I don't know if it's the pressure or guys closing out on him, whatever. I don't know. But he's got, real games and practice are two different things. All right, so they give Nick Claxton the B. We'll continue on with the show over here. They said Claxton played well in this game as he was perfect from the field despite having to take some tough shots over the course of this game. As has been said on Nets Wide plenty of times, Claxton does not get many opportunities to score with as many scores as the Nets have, but when he gets the ball, Claxton is usually on the money near the rim. Yeah, it all depends on who's actually really guarding Clax. I mean, I think the Detroit Pistons, they went small in the fourth quarter, so Claxton was actually really able to maximize that opportunity. But when you got like Joel Embiid, Giannis, and Jakob Poeltl and Clint Capella, Claxton actually really doesn't do that well. And this is where I say where he needs actually shooting, man. He needs some shooting skills, like a mid-range shot, a floater, because he's not going to be able to overpower his way through like like centers that's out there, like Jakob Poeltl and he's not going to be able to really kind of do that. So let's get into Dorian Finney-Smith. He gets a B according to the Nets Wire for the game grades. I kind of agree with this. He was at the highest plus minus on the actual team. Finney-Smith did not exactly light up the stat sheet, but his play throughout the course of this game, especially down on the stretch, is something that goes beyond this. Yeah, definitely, man. You need like guys like sometimes, in a game like this, you gotta actually sacrifice your offense. You gotta play hard. Um, since most of Finney Smith's offensive contributions came from the 3-point line, including the clutch 3-pointer in the fourth quarter that helped the Nets keep the Pistons at bay. And maybe he should start, man. Now who knows, man? I mean, so the Brooklyn Nets roster is actually really, 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 really deep in terms of like role players. And they just need a guy. I think if you throw like a superstar on this team, then I think the Brooklyn Nets can actually really compete for a championship. So Royce O'Neal, I think, what's his name, is trying to get back in here. Iceman is trying to get back in. Whenever you're ready to set up, let's see, let's add you to the stage. You dropped off over there, man.
Man, my browser froze. I
It's all
got
right.
But yeah, like I was saying, the footage is actually in-game footage, like him taking shots, and it's like when he was a rookie, and then the year after when he was under Steve Nash, all those shots he was taking, and I'm like, damn, why don't they have this kid shooting like this? Because now when he has the ball at the top of the key by himself, he looks scared now, like, and before it wasn't like
Well,
that.
if he could, like I say, he can do it. Listen, any coach, I mean, that's the main thing. This is why Jacques Vaughn, I mean, any coach would love a floor spacing big, man. Especially
Yeah.
when you got like guys like Giannis and Joel Embiid, Brooke Lopez, Clint Capella. So I mean, if he can do it, I mean, Jacques Vaughn would actually have him do it.
Yeah.
So like I say, because if he has to shoot against like centers, man, Joel Embiid. I was just saying before when you dropped off, he's not going to be able to overpower his way against
Mhm.
guys like Joel Embiid. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Clint Capella, Brooke Lopez. I mean, these guys are like 280 something. Nick Claxton is like 225, 228. You see how slim he is, man. He looks like a high schooler next to these guys
Yeah.
over here, man.
I mean,
Um,
I mean, he holds his own in his own right. You know, he frustrates Embiid, like he gets into his head and shit like that. But
Yeah,
like it's pretty tough to go against those guys, you know. And if we do let him go, it's really gonna be tough to replace him because he is a
uh,
defensive anchor
I mean, you want
down
to pay.
there.
All right, so you want to pay $100 million to him, like 25 million a year for him.
He's not gonna get that. The
I bet
realistically,
that Jared
he's not
Allen
gonna
got
get
that.
that.
I think they have similar skill sets, but yeah,
Yeah, but
they'll
Jared Allen had more of a track history. I mean, man, the kid is not bad, man. He's not bad, But what Noah Clowney is doing in the G League, it looks like they're gonna make Claxton expendable, man. I really got that feeling, man. This is
Yeah,
like
I'm going to
okay,
do a video on that. I want because I want to just follow up on Noah Clowney and see what he's actually doing in the G League. I got to start watching those games and paying attention to him. So he's been killing it in the G League though. So
yeah,
we'll see.
yeah.
I
He
mean,
got a couple
I say a
highlight
lot of players
videos.
can do that. Yeah. A lot of players can go to the G League and dominate, but
Yeah, yeah.
it comes to like the
In-game situations in the big
yeah, man, the
leagues.
big leagues now is just a whole lot. Is different right there. All right, so
Hmm.
Dayron Sharp, he gets an A+. Sharp had one of his best games of the season off the bench, where the Nets needed him. Whatever he can provide to prevent the Pistons from winning. Sharp showcased some of his great touch near the rim. Yeah, I mean, he filled the stat pad over here, man. He was
Yeah.
all over the place, man. And he was a monster on the boards, and he was like, especially like I thought Isaiah Stewart would kind of like torch us. But like again, that big 265-pound frame. I mean, he was using it. He
Yeah,
was
that's what I
using
like to
it
see.
to his actual advantage. This is something that he didn't do last season.
Hmm.
So, like I said, Brooklyn Nets could be a dark horse team. I mean, they reclaimed the number 8 seed, and like I said before, when I was doing my season preview of the Brooklyn Nets, you're not going to just be able to run over this team, man. They just got too many guys that can just you know,
That's right.
you can even argue that Dayron Sharp can actually, if he keeps playing like this, he should start. Not saying with the Nets, but like there's a couple of teams in the league that he can actually really start.
I mean, that's what it's looking like right now from what he's putting out there, man. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. I
because
think
that
when
leap he's taking, man, is it's pretty noticeable, man.
yeah, definitely, man, definitely. And like I said, the passing. I think how many assists he had? He had like where was it over here? Oh, okay. He had 3 assists. That's not bad though, man. Three out of
Yeah.
4, good field goal percentage. And the one thing is like he's not trying to do too much, And then one of
Hmm.
the adjustments I've seen him make that he's actually um, um, keeping the ball high, not putting like he's in traffic, he passes the ball back out, try to do a reset of the offense. So that's good though. He's not trying to
Yeah.
do too much, So all right, Dennis Smith Jr. They give him a C+. Smith had a solid game in this one as he provided some much needed energy for a Nets team that was lacking at the start. Yeah, Mikal Bridges, like I think he started off like 0 for 5 field.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, he missed a lot of shots. So they need a guy like Dennis Smith Jr. who can, like I said, break a defense down, get to the rim. He runs the offense pretty well, and could be. I don't know if Claude Smith is actually watching this, but could actually really be replacing Dinwiddie over there if he doesn't really work out. Trade deadline is actually coming up, so
Hmm. That's what I'm waiting for, man. And those Phoenix picks are looking pretty good, man.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, and then they said exactly he did a good job of distributing the ball and he played some solid defense, even though Cape Cunningham absolutely went crazy in this contest. Yeah, man, he was. Cape Cunningham was actually a man on a mission. So one of the things we want to do is see Cam Thomas and Mikal Bridges actually work
Yeah.
together in this. They got to play together. Learn how to play for one another. What do you think, man?
Yeah. I think, like I said last time, I think the integral part is having a good point guard, man, for the both of them to work at the same time to dictate. when one is gonna take a shot, when the other is gonna take a shot. Because I know it could work. It's just it just needs a little bit of more organization, man. Because sometimes it's like, okay, who shoots here? I mean, we know Cam Thomas is gonna go for his regardless, but
It all depends on the matchup.
yeah,
Sometimes, like let's say the Denver Nuggets are actually playing the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, Contavious Caldwell Pope he plays hard on the defensive end. So
hmm
you don't want to waste a lot of shot clock on trying to shake him. Sometimes, and that's another thing I wanted to mention too. Jacques Vaughn did an excellent coaching job on this, and he went with whoever, like he targeted like Bojan Bogdanovic. I don't know if
yeah,
I'm saying that right. So he did a good job actually targeting him. Like putting him in ISO situations. You see, he fouled out. I mean, even though he had 23 points, I think they should have took him out of the game because he was kind of hurting the Pistons.
hmm
So I mean, yeah, like I said, the coaching too. They should put Jacques Vaughn over here. I think they said Nick Claxton over here. They got Nick Claxton as one of the best, actually the best Brooklyn Nets player over here in
there you
terms.
go, man. I think that's your kryptonite, man. That's your kryptonite, man.
Like Claxton,
Get some good Nick Claxton news right there.
it's like so he's shooting a career high 63.8%. Claxton is second on the team in offensive win shares and first in defensive win shares. Yeah, man. I mean, he doesn't stop the opposing player. Or I mean, Cape Cunningham was kind of killing him a little bit, but that's all right.
Yeah,
You're not going to be able to stop every single player, every possession. And but I mean, shout out to Nick Claxton though, man. Shout out to him. I don't know what he actually gets on the open market, man. That's the thing.
yeah, yeah.
Because all right? So I argue this. Do you actually think he's actually going to make an All-Star team?
In his career, yeah, I think he will. I think he will. I think he's gonna fill up a little bit more, and
No,
he
it's not even about the filling up. It's just the skill set. Like you compare him to
yeah,
like
I actually do think so.
Joel
Because by the
Embiid.
time he reaches like 5 years from now, there won't be a lot of guys in his class that's gonna be doing what he's doing. Like right now, yeah, like you have these big time players, the Giannis and all that. But I got a lot of guys are gonna fade out. A lot of guys are gonna get injured, and his type doesn't really get injured that much. So I look at it like that. Like 5 years from now, he's gonna stand out in his position. But for now,
Okay, so you look at all right. So let's look at the where he's at over here. I did
Mhm.
this on the no, the last live stream I actually did a couple
Yeah.
of days ago. Where was that? Nick Claxton. So we went over his whole bio over here. We went over his stats.
hmm
So the 2019 points, so his scoring actually, he went from 4.4 points a game, then
hmm
to 6.6, 8.7, 12.6, and then right around. So, but in the 5 years, I mean, we didn't see any kind of improvements on like some footwork.
Yeah.
I want to see like at least one thing that he actually improves over, over the course of 5 years, and it's pretty much the same over here, man. No, no, and so
Yeah.
if you give when he's playing for a contract, you don't really see any kind of improvements. My thing is if he actually gets some money, is he going to really continue to go out there and work on his game? I mean, his
hmm
3-pointers 14.3% from three. Now he didn't really take that many.
hmm I mean,
20.
he does have every time the season starts, he always has this benchmark goal. Like, okay, I want to be defensive player of the year. That was the one he had last year. And this year he's like, okay, I'm out for revenge. But obviously, he's going for his contract. Let's see after he gets his money that if he's gonna focus on his offense this time around. Because for the most part, he's just been focusing on his defense.
Yeah, and like I said, and like if we get into the playoffs, I mean, these coaches, this is what I tell Breezy, that they break your game down to the molecule, man. They know all your weaknesses. You see on
Yeah.
the when they have a draft, right, for certain all the players. I mean, they have like weaknesses, strengths. I mean, you see how they actually break a player's game down to the molecule.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that's it. With him, like I said, no improvement from the 3-point line. Now his free throws percentage actually went up to 62 something percent. So that's
Hmm.
actually getting better, but I don't know, man, because it's a lot to ask for. Like, he has to go through a regular season. He's not 100% now. I mean, there's injuries that in basketball, there's always injuries that a player's actually going through.
That's
So
right.
the off season, listen. If I could say the same thing about Ben Simmons, I was saying this about Ben Simmons,
Hmm.
and everybody knows I'm a Ben Simmons lover. I love Ben Simmons,
Yeah.
but in terms of his next contract, right?
Hmm.
If he doesn't work on his free throw shooting and his jump shooting, there's
Hmm.
no reason to give him $100 million contract. So if I'm a whole Ben Simmons, a player who I really like in certain, because of his passing and defense, I say
Hmm.
he doesn't deserve $100 million contract because there hasn't been any improvements from him in like 7 years.
Yeah.
So it's the
Hmm.
same thing with Nick Claxton, though.
I know exactly where you're coming from. It makes
So
sense.
I'm not hating. If I could hold Ben Simmons to a high standard, and he's one of my like I said, he's one of my favorite players. I love the game of basketball because of passing. Everybody likes the game
Me
for
too. I'm a
reasons.
Jason Kidd fan, just like you,
Yep.
man.
Some people like scoring. Some people like dunks. So I love passing. So I like guys like
Hmm.
Jokic and Ben Simmons and like Chris Paul, Jason Kidd. I love those oh,
Hmm.
those guys that actually are really excellent passers. So I can hold, like I said, I'm holding Nick Claxton to the actual. I need improvements. If you're going to give him $100 million contract, they said the cap is going to go up, but I don't, like I said, they can marginalize him in the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
So that's my thing with him. I mean, free throw shooting. You saw the last playoff series we were in. I mean, Nick Claxton missed 11 straight free throws.
Yeah,
Even
that
that,
was the one against Boston right there.
yeah, against
Yeah.
Boston, 11 straight free throws. I mean, damn, if he could hit like 6 of those free throws, we win at least one game. Because
This
like
this is why it's important to climb the standings, man, because if we stay in eighth, seven, we're gonna play Philly or what do you call it?
yeah,
Milwaukee. You're gonna see those big men attacking. You know.
yeah, let's go to the standings and if we play the eight, we're at 8, we play the Boston Celtics, man. If we actually stay in this 8th spot right here.
Two
So
back from the Knicks right now. See if
yeah, and
we can
I'm
get back.
surprised they're actually playing well because like
Hmm.
that team, I don't get it, man. I don't understand it.
But I really
But,
don't, man.
but the Boston Celtics, they're tough, man. I was just watching them destroy the Lakers and
Yeah.
Porzingis. I don't know why the hell Sean Marks didn't really go after him, man. Ever been this over here. JP says, I'm a
Understanding,
fan of
JK.
J Kid, just like you too. There's more to this game than just scoring. Yeah, definitely, man.
You know
That's
what's
why.
so funny about that, bro? Because I was a Nets fan, especially when Marbury was there, those 3 little years. But that year when Kobe and AI went at it in the finals, I hated that finals because they were both ball hogs in my eyes at that time.
Yeah,
And then the
yeah,
year after, J Kid came by, and it was like a dream come true because he was the opposite of that. You understand? And ever since, it's like, man, this is the style of play I like right here. Everybody gets better. You understand? And he carried us to the finals. This is the way you got to play, man. You understand?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I want us to try to get into this 6th seed over here. But that means we're facing Philadelphia, so maybe maybe the 5th seed, and it's actually possible. But Philadelphia, I mean,
It's
I
possible.
mean, Joel Embiid is going to be like one of them. He's going to maul us, man. He's going to be like one of them pit bulls and shit on us, man.
Yeah.
He really is. He's going to maul us, man. So I definitely don't want that.
This is Tyrese Maxey, man. He's
Oh
just,
yeah, yeah,
man,
yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
over the place.
yeah. He's tough, man. Only thing I can say is if Ben Simmons comes back and he's healthy, just post his little ass up, man, and
Yeah, put a
just
body on
put a
him.
body on him and just constantly attack him. Yeah, and Ben Simmons, you got like a 6'2" guard. His eyes should light up, and I get the passing portion of it, like, but
Mhm.
when you have a mismatch of that proportion right there, man, your eyes gotta light up. And I mean, if he can drop 42 points on Rudy Gobert,
Yeah.
I watched that whole game. I'm like, damn, just took it right to Rudy Gobert. There's no
Mhm.
reason why he can't like score like 16 to 18, 20 something points a game against like 6'3", 6'4" guards.
That's right.
So I mean, he's injured right now. He's injured right now. I got to talk about Ben Simmons once in a while because I keep forgetting he's actually on the team, man.
I mean, next week we should be getting an update on him. So that's
I
good
don't know,
news.
man. They were saying like he's not even sure, man. He's saying like, man, I know people that had that L4 back injury, man. I don't know. He's
Yeah.
saying it looks bleak, man. Like he could. Yeah, he did. Because like Joel Embiid is not going to be able to run over Ben Simmons like that if he's just healthy. I mean,
Yeah.
he could put. I mean, not that he can shut him down, but he can actually put more resistance on him. He's 6'11", 240.
Hmm.
Yeah, he can
And
slide his.
Embiid is he's a clumsy, he's slow footed, and man, the calls this guy gets, bro, is just bro. I forgot who they play. I think it was the Timberwolves or some shit like that. Yo, this dude was getting these calls. It's like, no wonder he's scoring 30 a game. Like, but it's bullshit calls. Bullshit calls. Like the guy's not even touching him, and he's getting these calls. It's like, man.
What do you think about Kevin Durant right now, man? I was thinking about doing a video on him, man, and just kind of
Yeah.
laughing at him. I mean, his team is at number number 11, and he's
It's
actually
crazy.
complaining that he's frustrated. He's
Yeah, I heard
frustrated.
that Suns owner, he has little patience, bro. Like he will be willing to blow it up if he has to.
Yeah, man, but he did blow it up. Who you gonna blow it up for again?
You know what I'm
Bradley Beal
saying?
is
He
untouchable.
could trade
He,
Booker,
wa- he
man, because they
wanted to
don't
he
got no
wanted to
picks
go
over
over to
there.
Phoenix. I mean, he should have been patient, I guess, and allow
Hmm.
Sean Marks to actually retool the roster. Because I think if you throw Kevin Durant with this team right now,
Yeah,
oh
that'll be a good
man.
look, though. That'll be a good look.
Yeah, man, but he was impatient, and he said that if Ben Simmons was actually healthy, he
Hmm.
would have never actually asked for a trade.
Oh,
So
he
it's
said that?
yeah, he said that. There was a news article of him actually saying that. And I don't blame him because like Simmons
Hmm.
makes his life a whole lot easier because
Yeah.
he can actually guard like the. Oh, Durant's about to ask for another trade.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. He's
He
on the
said
way.
that, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's already given little clues. Not little, but he's tired. Basically, he's like, "Yo, I want to leave. Like, this is not it out here." Yep. Hmm.
This is where he wanted to go. He wanted to play with Devin Booker, man. This is what he wanted.
Yeah. He
Damn,
played
man.
no defense out
And I
there. I
respect
mean,
KD so much, man. He's acting like a little bitch.
yo,
Hopefully he doesn't
KD.
hear that because I heard KD will respond to somebody like me. You know, I heard he will, man. Like if he ever heard me say that about him, he'll actually go out there and respond back to me.
Oh
But he is,
man.
man. He got to weather the
Yeah,
storm.
I
And I
wouldn't
would
be
think.
surprised to see him on another team. Honestly.
And
You
if the Grizzlies actually come back over here, I don't think
know?
they're even making the playoffs, man. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I mean, they're top heavy, the Suns are, bro. They don't really have a bench. It's just minimum guys on minimum contracts, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's about it. And the starting five, you know.
Yeah, man. I just
Then
I don't know
Bradley
why
Beal,
I was saying that when you asked for a trade. Why would you want to go to the West? You
crazy.
want an easier road. I mean, the East is tough. Yeah, it is too. When you look at the standings in the Eastern Conference, um, and you had teams that like the Cavaliers were number 5, they're at number 7. The Pacers, they're falling back down to earth because they only have like one guy.
The Magic eventually gonna fall from there.
Yeah, definitely. Yep, the grass is not green on. Actually, I wanted to play that Chris Brown song, man. The
the
grass, the
the
grass ain't
Cavs
green
are
on the other
missing
side.
players. Like, yeah.
So he should have waited because I think Sean Marks gonna actually put this team. Like you had Dorian Finney-Smith. You wasn't gonna get Dinwiddie, but like, yeah, I mean, he actually constructed a really, really good roster over here. Man, you have guys that were actually starters last year. Like I said, Dorian Finney-Smith went to the Western Conference Finals. So last year with Luka. So and they missed him when they traded him. They hurt their team big time. Yeah. So and he's coming off the bench. So like I said, you got to look at the Celtics. The Celtics are actually top heavy. I think the Bucks are top heavy too. What's our next team? Who are we playing? Who are we playing next? Oh, we play Milwaukee.
You got a pretty easy schedule after the Bucks.
Well, we got
you got OKC on New Year's Eve, I think it is.
Oh, where I'm at? Hold on. All right, so the next game is at the Bucks, and then the Wizards. Shit. Hold on, where were we? Fuck, I just messed that whole thing up. Yeah. So, here we go. All right, so yeah, they're playing the Bucks, the Wizards, the Thunder. Oh, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is actually tough, man.
Yeah, they got a good team.
But again, they gotta just up the physicality. Hopefully, Jacques Vaughn actually goes deep into the bench over here. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets should actually be winning a lot of these games, man, because all you gotta do, I mean, like if you're physical, really physical, it throws a lot of players off, man. A lot of players don't actually like it, and kind of throws their game off.
Yeah.
Then the Pelicans, the Rockets, they just fell to number 8. They're playing Udoka, who freaking Joe Tsai and Sean Marks should have actually hired.
Yeah.
The Thunder again, the Trailblazers, the Cavaliers. I think they should get this game. They have like a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, because like they, even like Cape Cunningham, I mean, they were doing a lot of single coverage on Cape when they should have actually been blitzing him and getting the ball out of his hands. So I think Donovan Mitchell's actually still playing. So, the Nets and Lakers. I want to see this one. I would definitely be going on what's his name? The Locker Rooms channel.
Yeah, they're having a little bit of a dive over there too in Lakerland.
Yeah. I was on the Locker Room show, and he's not happy, man. Reggie is not happy over there, man.
I mean, it's realistic. This is what's gonna happen,
Yeah. So all right, I mean, so realistically, I think we should get. I don't know about the Bucks just lost to the Knicks on Christmas Day. I don't know how to. I mean, Jalen Brunson went crazy, but the Wizards should be a win. The OKC, the Thunder. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. And I think they're playing. Yeah, they're playing at home though. I think. So
they could catch him sleeping, man. They catch him sleeping.
Yeah. But then we got to play better, man. Then we got to but the emergence of Cam Johnson. If Cam Johnson is going to be playing like this, I think the Brooklyn Nets are actually going to win a lot of games, though, man. Yeah, because like you're not asking Dinwiddie to actually really do a whole bunch of things right there, man. So February.
Was the Nets who said our starters will start on another team? Well, Dorian Finney-Smith could definitely start on another team. Lonnie Walker could definitely start on another team.
Yeah, with the Nets, whose side our starters will start? Oh, okay, yeah, DFS can start. Royce O'Neal was a starter out with the
Royce O'Neal.
Like Nick. You talking about JP, the bench guys? Yeah, the bench guys. Yeah, maybe like
Wofford could possibly start on another team.
Nah, not yet. I don't know. He has to be more of a proven player. We gotta see more.
Yeah,
gotta see more. But yeah, Dennis Smith Jr. He could start on a couple of teams. Buck might. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think they play tomorrow. As a matter of fact, yes. What's today? They actually play tonight. Today.
Yeah.
They play today. Yeah, they better rest. What's his name? Giannis, because that injury last year really he was hurt in the playoffs. He hurt his knee.
Yeah, unless they
So
have a back to back as well, like after this game that they're resting him.
what's the score? Did they actually play tonight? I just be
Nah, they
full.
didn't play tonight. They played yes.
Yeah.
They played the Knicks yes.
All right. So they're saying they might be resting Embiid. Okay, that works. Sorry, Giannis. I meant
Yeah,
Giannis.
yeah. They probably played the day after us.
Yeah. So we may be able to get that game then. So they just blitz Dame and but then you got Chris Middleton, you got Brooke Lopez who can actually stretch. Yeah, but Nick Claxton is like a smaller. They just what they can actually do in that game is target Brooke Lopez.
Yeah,
Nick Claxton got to come up and set the high screen. That will get Brooke Lopez switched on to like Mikal Bridges or Cam Thomas or Cam Johnson, and then kind of force the Bucks to somewhat go small. And
yeah.
that
That's
would
what
be
they
my
did last time. Just make him shoot. Make
yeah,
him
make him
shoot.
guard. Like put him on the perimeter. Like Brooke Lopez
Hmm.
is not great at moving his feet.
Yeah,
So that's exactly what I would do. And on the defensive end, I would get the ball out of Dame's hand. I would blitz him not every possession. So this is what I say with Jacques Vaughn, that he actually has to like do what like Nick Nurse does. So you show some single coverage, then you double team, you come back with single coverage, then you may like come back with a partial double team, kind of throw him off in a little bit, man. Show him different defenders.
right.
Uh, and I mean, Nick Claxton, I mean, they're going to run a lot of high screens, so Nick Claxton's defense will actually be pivotal in that game. So,
Hmm.
yeah. I think they can actually get and then just up the physicality, man. We actually have a really, really deep bench and guys who can actually start. You see Jacques Vaughn go with like Jalen Wilson. Claxton is useless at setting screens. Nah, he can actually come up. And you're not asking him to create something off those screens. You're just asking him to actually come up and get the mismatch on whoever's guarding Claxton. So Claxton
Yeah.
comes up and sets the screen on Mikal Bridges, man. Now, and then it would probably be better if it's Dayron. Like Dayron is a bigger body to kind of fight through.
Hmm.
So now you got Brooke Lopez get switched on to like Mikal Bridges, and as soon as Mikal Bridges actually puts the ball on the floor, they're gonna have to run a second defender at Mikal or Cam Thomas or Cam Johnson. So
Right.
that would be the strategy right there. Um, and then I would try to get the ball out of Dame's hands. Start Dayron. Man, well, you're not. I mean, you're not a big Clax fan. I mean, come on, man. Like, what's going on?
Oh man. Oh man.
JP, man, come on. You're not a Nick Claxton fan.
Oh man.
I think in the Denver game, he was actually setting some good screens, Nick Claxton, because they were getting the switches on to Jokic right there. They almost won that game because of that,
Yeah.
because Jokic was on the perimeter getting switched on to guards. So they actually almost won that game. Yeah, and that's true. And what he's saying too is JP's actually saying the right thing. Is like, all right, he doesn't have to like John Ford doesn't have to go with the exact same starting lineup every single time. All right, so
Right.
great coaches make in-game adjustments. Good coaches make game-to-game adjustments. So be a great
Yeah.
coach. And sometimes you're going to actually have to start like a Dayron, instead of a Nick Claxton, depending on actual matchups.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Give him a different look out there.
Yeah, it just depends, man. Like it depends. Like I said, because like Brooke Lopez can easily score on Nick Claxton. I mean, he's like 285 something pounds.
Hmm.
So I mean, remember,
But the only thing is that if you throw Dayron on Brooke Lopez, he's gonna foul him out quick. Because Brooke Lopez with that rip through move, he could get him easily with that.
well, he's not. Um, Brooke Lopez is not great at passing out of double teams. That's why they don't
Yeah.
want to kind of dump the ball into him or anything like that. I mean, he's still.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that all his years he's been in the NBA, yeah, he hasn't really worked on that. Not really seeing where the help is actually coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and maybe they go with Giles. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Giles. Why he's in the doghouse? Again, sometimes there's going to be games. This is and Jacques Vaughn should be thinking like a playoff coach right now because there's no reason for the Brooklyn Nets to be in the lottery. They don't have no draft picks this year. Yeah, you're right about those Phoenix picks. I'm thinking about that. Yeah,
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
yeah, they might. I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this guy might just, I don't know, just add somebody. But I don't know if he's gonna be like, oh, nah,
The
I'm gonna stay.
Grizzlies might come back. I mean, they got their team. Well, some of their team intact. They just beat the New Orleans Pelicans by a point. If the Portland Trailblazers get a lot of their players back, because they have a lot of injuries.
Yeah. Yeah, it's over for Portland.
Yeah, so they might be coming in. They might be causing some competition. So I'm surprised. I'm just surprised with Kevin Durant. Claxton is a great energy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys on the Breezy channel destroy you for saying that.
Oh man.
Yeah. And JP, I've been calling for Giles, man, the last 3 or 4 shows I did, man.
Yeah, I've been calling for him ever since the preseason, man. Shit.
I don't know what's going on with this. I know Dayron's been playing really well, but like Giles, when I was watching him against Denver, like he showed a lot of offensive skills right there. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes we're gonna need that, man. We're gonna really, really need offensive. We gotta make like guys like Joel Embiid play some defense, man. Like Nick Claxton doesn't give us any kind of offense. I mean, he's a great guy. He gets the rebounds, he puts it back. But I mean, like you need somebody that can actually have a pull up jump shot, like a pull up floater that can actually get those legs moving from Joel Embiid a little bit.
I wonder what Porzingis did against him this year, man. Like, did he give him problems when they played each other?
I think Porzingis was out for. I gotta go look it up. But we should have had him, man. But
yeah.
I don't know, man. He's not into. I guess Sean Marks doesn't want to win a championship, man.
Oh, he definitely doesn't, man.
I'm like Ben Simmons and Porzingis like together. Whew,
yeah,
can't double Ben. Can't double him.
That would have been interesting. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna end this show over here, man. Yo, thank you for coming on, nice man. What is Breezy up?
I think he's gonna get on in a couple minutes.
Yeah. You tell him I said what's up, man. I'm going. I gotta get up at 7 something in the morning, and I'm gonna get on him. I'll get on this show probably if they have a game Thursday. When they playing over here, man? It's kind of cool being on that panel, man. Jay don't know anything, man. What's his name? This is JTV. He don't know shit about no basketball, man.
Oh man, I'm gonna let y'all handle that one right there.
Oh, Friday night. See, I'm not working Saturday, so yeah, Friday night I'm gonna be on Breezy's joint.
No doubt.
Yeah, Giles was picked up for Ben. Yeah, he's not like he doesn't really give you what Ben gives you in terms of like pushing the ball, getting downhill. We'll see what Giles when it comes to playmaking and passing. We'll see. We'll see. I just like what I seen in that Denver game, man. He doesn't force anything. I mean, they double teamed him. He passed the ball out. All right, so I'm definitely wrapping this up over here, guys, man. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Make sure, Iceman, hit that like button. JP too, man.
Yes,
hit that
sir.
like button.
I will, man. Y'all have a good one, man.
All right, man. Thank you, JP. Thank you so much, man.